Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of Two Friendly Talks. Oh my god, this microphone. I was once one, but now I'm two. Jory, welcome to the stage.
Thank you very much for having me back.
I'm Brody, by the way. I didn't say my own name.
Yeah, that's Brody. I'm sure at this point, if you've been watching this episode, you know who we are at this point. But just in case you didn't, Brody, my name's Jory. So I recently just got back from a month-long hiatus.
You literally never left. It's the funniest thing because if you look at our channel, there's it's like a video and it just says Jory's leaving. We just posted that because, as you know, we've been trying to do weekly videos this year, and we have. So like that day, Jory was actually leaving to go on vacation, and I was like, crap, you didn't do anything. I guess I'll just make a little video you leaving, and I'll edit it, throw it up. And there you go. And I titled something fun, and people took it literally.
It was pretty much just because I was going to be gone for that whole week, and we recently have been recording week of and posting that same week, so I wouldn't have been around to make an episode.
We've been plugging and chugging.
So we just needed something, and that was Brody's idea. It's a pretty sweet idea. I'm not going to take any credit for that because it was not me.
It wasn't even, the result wasn't even me. It was neither of us, actually. Someone who, one of our lovely viewers, if you're listening, what's up? But a viewer reached out to Jory, and they were like, hey, it'd be funny if you guys did this for your next video or something, because it'd kind of actually make it seem like Jory's gone. And I was like, that was not the intention at all. Because actually, I had Jory the whole week. Like, I think he did a little bit of this. It might be posted at some point. But I just asked him, hey, just record snippets of whatever you do on the week, and we can post it at some point, because that'd be kind of funny, just to see your perspective of the whole thing. So he recorded that, and we planned to do that. But then Jory told me about his friend's idea, and I was like, screw it. I guess I'll do like a BuzzFeed quiz. I did that. And then and then just schedules didn't line up, whatever's, and then for a couple weeks it just seemed like there was actually a split when it was supposed to be a quick joke.
We dragged it out a little more than we originally planned, I should say, I guess, but yeah, we were never actually fighting.
My brother-in-law, his name's Trevor, it's fine, he's part of the family. He literally thought that something happened, and I was like, how?
It was just a small little joke that if we were multi-million subscribers,
we
would have been in the news probably.
We would have been helping those media companies out. They'd be like, friggin' finally.
I know a lot of people would not have been happy if I just returned 2 weeks after.
Imagine a Smosh level channel, and there's just post a video where it says Anthony leaves. Anthony leaves Smosh, and then it just 2 weeks later is like, nah, I just didn't. I was just busy the past 2 weeks, and I had Ian record.
Yeah.
Imagine a decent mythical morning.
We should literally steal old format Smosh and do a Ian is bored type video.
I've never seen a Smosh. Probably seen a Smosh video.
Well, there was a series called Ian is bored, which is just Ian by himself doing things usually. That was it.
We've kind of already done that.
Like he did. I think episode 1 was like him going on Google and letting the autofill happen, and that was it. Like he just. Okay. That's how long ago it was.
Okay, it's that. Oh wow, that's funny.
Yeah, I remember I used to watch the heck out of Ian is bored. We should get Ian Hecox on our Two Friendly Talks.
I know a Hecox.
Is it
maybe they're related? I sincerely doubt it, but that'd be pretty slick.
Yeah. I'm not honestly sure what I'm going to be doing for the visuals in this video, but it's probably not going to be much.
Hey, how about I got a visual cue for you?
Yeah, go for it.
So this will be posted. Well, this isn't even about. So let's talk about. That might be not cool for expectations. Or what if we talk about gifts we almost were gonna get people for Christmas, but didn't. I at least have one that I'm willing to share. It's not about either of us.
I mean, go for it. I don't have literally any. I don't think.
Okay.
I think I got the first thing I was thought of for everybody.
And this will be a fun visual for you to put on screen. But I was looking last night because one of the it comes right up when you freaking search it. Oh my god. So this one gift. So Jory, myself, a friend of the channel, Anthony, and Carson, a newcomer, Carson.
Yeah.
We're all hanging out sometime soon and just like, doing a little gift exchange for Xmas.
Sorry for coughing right into the mic there.
It's so fine. But we're gonna get together, gift exchange, little thing. One of my gift to Anthony though, I doubt it's gonna be in on time. So I was like, I gotta get him some little placeholder. So I was looking around just random stuff on Amazon, and this came up, and I wanted to get it as his placeholder gift, but one, it'd be like kind of as expensive as the other one, but also it wouldn't come in on time, so I just had to forfeit it. But this is what this is what I wanted to get Anthony.
That's pretty good.
This super awful Garfield doll.
It's really funny because I was heavily considering because I want to get a Christmas sweater before our Christmas meetup with the boys, and I was heavily considering just getting a Garfield one because of the all the Garfield stuff that's been going on in my life recently.
Has it really been that world changing for you?
Garfield's been kind of frequent recently.
You're in your Garfield era.
I got my Garfield crew neck. Garfield's voiced by Chris Pratt now. Garfield's the first DLC character in Nick All Stars Brawl.
Yeah, Nickelodeon All Stars.
No.
Brawls? No, I don't.
Fighters. I don't know. You know what I'm talking about.
Yeah.
The Nick fighting game, SpongeBob Smash Bros. Then we saw a Garfield Christmas sweater at Kohl's the other day, and then I was just like, man, there's a lot of Garfield going on.
I know.
I should just get a good Garfield Christmas sweater.
It's like the first time I ever learned in math class about concentric circles, and then I went home that day, watched my Game Grumps video, and then they mentioned concentric circles, and I was like, what?
We do gotta get Christmas sweaters for the get together, you and me probably.
I was thinking that, and I think there's a thing at work. Probably we'll have a little Christmas sweater thing, so probably for the best.
We can't help being ENTJs.
Ian, what?
That's our personality type that we share.
Who's Ian? Who the hell is TJ? Welcome to Too Friendly, guys.
Oh, that just means we have to wear a Christmas sweater. It's expected of us. For visuals, I'm not really gonna do much in the background. I just wanted to get that off because I know you guys all complain when I don't put up us, but I don't.
We get so many letters.
What do you want me to do? Put a still picture of me and Brody in the or in the corner? I could if you really want.
The whole time there's just one up in the corner.
I'll do it from now on. These two pictures.
But one that hasn't really been posted about our Too Friendly stuff. If you can find some,
I'll see.
Some odd little one.
These whatever pictures I put up will just be here for the rest of the video now. I guess.
Just slowly make a collage. Yeah, that'd be fun. Just be slowly. Every time you mention something, just like sticking up. That'd actually be kind of fun. So if you people are skipping through the videos, they just slowly see the topics. So it's like kind of chapter heads.
Yeah, I'll just leave.
That's actually not a bad idea.
It's not a bad idea. I'll leave up the pictures as they come up then. So the Garfield one should still be here too. If you're wondering why that Garfield picture has been up for so long,
and then
your explanation.
And then probably, I don't know if you decided to do this, but now that I'm mentioning it, maybe you feel pressure. But maybe if you put a little thumbnail from Jory Leaves Too Friendly on the very beginning, and that's the topic of that.
Okay. Now people are gonna wonder why it's like why.
Or you put it in after the fact.
Why I put that thumbnail like so much in the corner in the original to make.
No, literally stack them.
For the rest.
You don't have to fit them on like all. You don't have to fit them on like puzzle pieces. Just like slap them on top of each other. Even.
Oh, that's weird.
It's like a little collage.
I've only got 4 pictures up right now. It's enough to just.
Darth Vader.
Well, there, now I got 5. Now I do have to start stacking.
Oh, jeez, Brody, you're really clogging the screen.
All right. Well, anyway.
I was gonna say
in all honesty, and let me know if I gotta cut this out. It's just a little tease, but this might be hopefully one of the last times I have to like wonder what we're doing for visuals on a podcast like this.
Yeah. You can totally leave this in because everything's a work in progress with this channel.
Yeah. I guess okay, so anything we talk about from now on probably in this episode is just speculation. We have no idea.
But also, it's not concrete because something we will mention is there is going to be, or by the end of this year, at the end of this year, there's going to be a little channel update video, more formal,
right,
more concrete sort of stuff we'll talk about. But right now we're just shooting the shiz.
Yeah, he and I are still in the discussion phase on a lot, and including what we're going to do with the podcast, which I guess I'm going to consider this a podcast now. In every definition it is, right? So
yes.
So yeah, what we get a lot of people, I will say, about everybody that watches our podcast wants us to put us in there somewhere. and that's not easy to do, I guess. When we, like I said, our current format is recording the week of and then posting the same week. So we'll figure something out. I'm noodling around with I should say we are talking about maybe getting more visuals later for you guys. Don't worry, you guys win.
One thing that I've always said, and I know Jory, you're not a fan of, but someday just because I'm a fan of production, I'm a fan of pushing the wrinkles in my brain, is someday, be it on this channel or for some other reason or just a one-off something, I'd like to do some sort of videoed podcast thing, because I know you have distaste for it because you just like listening to it, but I think of it more as like a show than like not this as a show. I think of that concept more as a show than a podcast, where like, because what's a good example? I guess I don't even watch them anymore, but the H3 podcast, that sort of thing is interesting to me. The topics necessarily, we wouldn't talk anything close to sort of stuff they get into, but like the kind of setup is very interesting to me, and it'd be cool to kind of practice around and juggle if that's something that I would be able to pull off, because I'm just always curious about this sort of thing. But I wouldn't expect us to do like, all right, this is the new podcast. This is Two Friendly Talks 2, and it's just like a revamp of the same thing. If anything, I'd imagine that like that would be sort of a set. Like, say you and I are like tell each other stories, and that's like the concept for that whole thing. So it's kind of better to see. I don't know. Right. And just whatever. My mic keeps. If you keep hearing my mic like me touch my mic, it's because it keeps falling.
My whole take on that is there's a difference between a podcast and a talk show.
Yep.
And we've been doing what we call a podcast this whole time. So if we were to do a visual medium,
I wouldn't call it a podcast.
Right. We'd have to change that, because, like I said, I don't want to do a podcast that relies too much on visuals, because my idea of what a podcast should be is something you can listen to while driving, at work. Whereas if you have to have your eyes off of whatever else you're actually supposed to be focusing on to watch a podcast, it's not really a podcast anymore.
A funny example of what you're saying right there is, for a long time I was listening to the Super Mega podcast, and I was listening to it on YouTube, because at the time I didn't have Spotify. And then one day I was like, okay, I think through my school or whatever there's a discount if I get Spotify, so I got it, and it's been cool. And then like soon after I started listening to their podcast on Spotify, they really started heavily just like, hey man, you should throw that on screen. I'm like, why now that I switched over to the other one? Yeah, because they don't primarily. It's just like it would help or whatever sometimes, because sometimes I think they do video clips and they probably throw it up on screen. But there's other times where it's just like, hey man, that's pretty funny. Show that on screen. I'm like, man, you, dang it, like because their whole thing is kind of misleading, because it started off as a video thing, which is essentially kind of what we're doing now, actually, if you think about it. It's just our voices, never a promise of us in front of the camera, and then randomly there's visuals. Right. And if it's on the audio only service, it's like,
and that's the biggest reason I don't want to do a visual that relies on visual. I'm fine like still calling it a podcast if we're just, all it is really we're just still in podcast format, you and me talking, but we're not doing like, all right, and for this segment we're gonna have a juggler on and shit like that. You know what I mean?
if anything, like something like that would be a great project, but it's not the same.
I wouldn't mind doing that occasionally, but like I said, if we're gonna call ourselves a podcast, I'm okay with being in front of a camera if we get time, and it's we don't rely on the visual. That's all it really is. So, like I said, you guys, I mean, we've heard enough of you guys wanting to see us for some reason when we do this. So,
I think I don't remember if this was an idea I had for this, but I think an interesting sort of format or a way to include visuals, and this is super experimental, I would even say, is like us back to back just talking, but then the camera spins around us slowly throughout the entire thing, so it's just kind of weird looking. Yeah. It literally, there's no like there would have to be a specific purpose for that sort of shot, but I just think like, hey, that's something I have never seen on a podcast or any sort of like internet show. Exactly.
There's probably a reason for that.
Maybe. I don't think anyone's tried it though.
But so biggest reason we haven't done visuals to this date or face cam so far, It's because of our lack of set.
Hey man, did you not watch Brody Takes a Fart Quiz? There's a face.
Yeah. It was a laptop webcam.
Literally, I got home from the movies at like 2:30 at night, and I was like, damn, I gotta make that video. So I just was like, I even thought about like, man, do I have to get out a separate camera? I really don't want to. I was like, let me crack open OBS for the first time in a while, see what that happens. And it was fine.
So yeah, guys, keep your eye out for around New Year's for an update video that'll actually go into detail. I don't mind giving away this much that we've given away on this video because
we're just talking about one little project anyway.
There's like maybe 6 of you guys total that actually listen to the podcast.
If you've gotten to this point, comment what you will do tomorrow. Like what are your plans tomorrow?
That's what you want to go with?
Yeah.
You think people will actually do that?
I'm curious. It's such a specific thing, you know. Everyone always goes like, "What did you eat for breakfast?"
And our call to actions are always the shittiest.
Hey man, there's 2 people on this channel here.
Comment a fruit you've never had before. It's like,
and then every single comment we have to reply to them and say, "Really?" It's like, well, I don't know. Did you?
Yeah. Anyway, I guess. Yeah, thanks for listening. I don't really know how to end these ever.
That's why we gotta have face cam, bro, so we can hug at the end. People can, we always hug, but no one ever sees it on camera. We always end it with a hug and a thumbs up, but no one sees it.
We're also always shirtless because we record this early in the morning after our showers.
It is 1:14 p.m.
You didn't need to tell them that. It's not like I got a clock up there that tells them what time we're recording.
But now you do.
No, I'm not gonna have any visuals. I guess it's 1:14. Like you just said. I was like,
just
like,
put
what
text
am I
on
gonna know?
Screen. No, if you can find some program on, I guarantee you can, some program online where you can like type in a time and then it makes an analog clock. Just put the arms in the right place.
Sure. I don't know. It's like.
It is 1:15.
It's not like I have a visual to go by to remember what time this is if I wasn't recording this and you said it. So
yeah,
you're like, put a clock up. It's like, I have no clue what time it is. It's like,
you know, man, I shouldn't have kicked you off the channel. Not even for a little joke. It's like, no, man, I'm sorry for leaving.
All right, well, guys, sign up for our Patreon.
Yeah,
it's $700 a month.
It'll be $2 a month. 1 per friend, or 1 per the amount of people who are patrons. Actually, with every patron, we'll up it $1. So then we have to find that happy medium of people who are willing to pay, but also they're like our concrete fans because no one else will pay because it'll increase everything. That'd be interesting.
We're not doing a Patreon right now. I was just joking. When we do, you'll get all that cut footage that you guys just missed out on.
But we are gonna get, what is it called? We are gonna get
Fansly.
No, we're gonna get Twitter Blue, the new I don't know if that does anything for people who follow it.
I don't know.
What the hell is Twitter Blue?
Anyway, so we will, like I said, if we do a Patreon, we'll have to do it, I think, at a...
We'll do it at a loss. We'll pay you.
At a 4 to 5 digit number of subscribers is when we'll do it. I don't know. Probably 5. And
it'd be... I think it'd be worthwhile if it was. I know some people who have like a bigger than us, but still a small channel. They have a Patreon. I was like, that's probably asking a lot.
I'm sure they get people. That's the thing.
I think they have 1. I won't get into it.
Well, either way, what I was saying is, if we do a Patreon, all we'll do pretty much for it is uncut footage and uncensored. I know we've been kind of lazy with the censors recently, but early on we used to censor everything out of fear from YouTube not liking us. But
I mainly keep an eye out for just F-bombs that are early on in the episode.
Same here, yeah.
F-bombs and S-bombs are the ones that I'm more likely. Most other things I won't really.
And nudity usually will get censored in those too.
I would hope so. It's only been Jory so far.
Yeah, but I mean Patreon, who knows? Not that you guys are.
There's gonna be a specific Jory naked tier where it's like $4, and then it's just like the same exact stuff, just uncensored.
We're pretty set on having only 1 tier and it be pretty low. Below $5, like you said, $2, 1 for each of us. I think it's a good idea. So anyway, that's our maybe Patreon project, and we're past 20 minutes. So see you guys. That's it.